Hey guys, this is Sebastian with Investing and Stuff, and today I wanted to do a quick review of eToro, Trading212, and XTB. Now, all of these three are brokers that I've actually used, and today I just wanted to quickly share my experience with you so that you can, be more informed if you're trying to pick one of these three brokers. Now, before we get into the actual review, what I wanted to mention is that, first of all, this review is not sponsored by any of these. I'm not endorsed by anyone. I don't have any affiliate links whatsoever. And secondly, this is just like my experience. So, there may be aspects of what I'm telling you today that may have changed by the time you see this. Okay, and with that being said, let's just jump right into it. The first thing that we're going to start with is the account sign up. Now, actually, we're not going to stay too much on this topic because really the account sign up was really, really easy with all three of them. I believe all of them were completed for me in less than a day, and it was really smooth. I didn't have any issues whatsoever, so the account sign up is just great. Now, with regards to the base currencies in which you can open your account, eToro only has US dollars, so only that single base currency. Trading212 has 9 different base currencies that you can pick, and XTB has 5 different currencies. So this may be a factor for you if you're trying to open an account and use your base currency, the one that you have in your country. This might be a factor, otherwise you're probably going to stick with US dollars anyway. Now, another important aspect that we will talk about is the user interface. Now, all three of these have, in my opinion, really, really nice user interfaces. They're pretty easy to use. However, there is a reason why I actually prefer Trading212 from all three of these. And the main reason for it is that basically in eToro, for instance, whenever you're trying to purchase a stock, you're actually given the option to purchase the actual stock, but you're also given the option to purchase it with leverage. And that's right in that same dialogue. And personally, I don't really like that approach. I feel like stocks and CFDs or stocks and short-term bets should kind of be held separate. One of the things that I actually appreciate about Trading212 is that they actually have a separate app for long-term investments and then a separate app for CFDs. Now, with regards to XTB, similarly to eToro, they kind of keep their CFDs and their stocks in the same place. So again, it's not really something I enjoy. Now on eToro, from what I understood, you can actually also modify your settings so that you're always buying the underlying asset, but that's only for stocks that you already have, not for new stocks. So again, in my opinion, they kind of want you to try out the CFDs as well, because all of these three brokers make way more money from CFDs than actually from investing. Okay, and the next thing that we're going to move into is fees. Now, the fees are actually really low for all of these three, but basically, as far as I know, eToro has almost no fees with the exception of a withdrawal fee of, I believe it's $5. Trading212 also has no fees. However, they recently did implement a fee if you're paying by card. Now, XTB also has this fee if you're paying by card. So basically, if you choose to fund your account using a credit card or a debit card, basically these companies have to pay a certain percentage to, companies like Visa or MasterCard. And so they kind of are passing that fee on to you. Now, what's really cool about eToro is that they don't actually have that. So if you only want to fund your account by credit card or by debit card, then you might be looking into eToro for this. Another thing that I wanted to mention though is that XTB, although currently, at least in my country, they don't actually have any fees for trading stocks, this is changing really often for them. So for instance, I believe 2 years ago, they had like a $5 or €5 fee for trading a stock. Then they increased that to $10 about a year ago or so. And then recently, I believe in the past month or past 2 months, they announced that they're offering zero commission stock investing on their platform. However, in my opinion, I'd like to see them be more consistent with a certain commission structure until I kind of trust that that's going to stay in place. Now, by the way, if you guys are getting value out of this, please make sure to click the like button. It helps for me and the channel, so thank you so much for doing that. Now, another aspect of all of these three apps is socially investing. Now, personally, I don't actually use this feature quite that much, so for me, it's not a big factor. But maybe depending on your approach to investing, you might want to look into that. So eToro is definitely the best at this aspect. So they give you the option to copy other people's portfolios and to copy other people's trades. And also, depending on certain threshold, you might actually apply to become one of those, let's say, influencers where people copy your portfolio. Trading212 also has a feature about copying someone else's pie, so that's fairly similar. from my understanding, like I said, I haven't looked into it too much. eToro's feature is a bit better, or at least it's more popular. And with regards to XTB, they don't have anything. Now, another aspect that I wanted to talk about is the customer service. Now, with regards to eToro, I've never actually used the customer service feature yet. I didn't really have a need to chat with anyone or anything like that. Just based on the reviews on Reddit, or if you search across the internet, it's probably not that great, but I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, since like I said, I've never used it, so I just put 3.5 stars. But you might want to do your own due diligence. Now, as far as Trading212 goes, I've actually used their customer service feature. Basically, they have a live chat. However, in certain periods when it's extremely busy, and nowadays it happens quite a bit, basically they deactivate that and you're just left with submitting a form or an email to them, and then they'll get back to you. In my experience, I waited anywhere from 2 to 4 days for them to get back to me, so make of that what you will. When they did actually get back to me, usually my experience was pretty good. However, in my opinion, waiting for like 2-3 days, it's quite a long time. As far as XTB goes, however, I was actually surprised that they actually have a live phone call. When I was using their account a bit more about a year ago, I actually spoke several times with with people from their side. They actually even had somebody dedicated for me, well, not only for me, but like a person of contact for me from my country, which I thought was pretty neat. So in my opinion, as far as customer service goes, probably XTB is your best choice here. And then, I don't know, it's hard to say between Trading212 and eToro. Now, another important thing that I wanted to talk about is dividends. This might actually be different from country to country. However, for instance, in my country, Romania, if I'm starting an account with eToro or XTB, there is some sort of paperwork, I guess, or some sort of legal stuff that they're not bothering with. So, for instance, I'm actually taxed 30% for all dividend companies that I have with them, whereas with Trading212, I'm actually taxed only 10%. Now, with regards to regulation, this might be different depending on the country where you're from, but for instance, all of these are regulated in several countries. Now, let's start with eToro. eToro is regulated in Cyprus, in the UK, in Australia, but for instance, if you're in Europe, other than UK, obviously, you're most likely going to fall under the Cyprus regulation, which in my very subjective opinion and as an uninformed individual is not that great. However, they recently did purchase an insurance up to 1 million euros or dollars for their customers. But the thing that I don't actually like about that insurance is the fact that they stated they can withdraw it at any time. So in my opinion, it's not that valuable, because if they can withdraw it at any time, then it really, I don't know, it doesn't give me any sort of certainty for the long term. I would have rather if they said that they have that insurance for like, let's say 5 or 10 years, and in that case you would know that at least for like, let's say 10 years, you have nothing to worry about. If they can withdraw it at any time, I don't see a lot of value in it. Now, about Trading212, after Brexit, actually all of the accounts in Europe, I believe, do fall now under the UK regulation, which depending on how you look at it may be good or not so good. Personally, I'm pretty pleased with the idea of my securities falling under UK regulation. I would rather pick UK than say Cyprus. And with regards to XTB, it also depends on the country where you're from, but in most countries from Europe, you're usually going to fall either under Cyprus as well or under Poland. And obviously, if you're in the UK, you're going to fall under the UK regulation with XTB as well. Now, with regards to transferring shares, this is something that I did not particularly enjoy. So it seems that if you have an account at eToro, you cannot actually transfer your shares anywhere else. In my opinion, that's a bit weird. Presumably, if you own those shares, then you should be able to just transfer your shares anytime you want. At XTB, I actually don't know the answer to this, so you might need to check with your account representative in your country. And at Trading212, you currently cannot do that. However, they did mention on their community forum that they're working to implement that, so fingers crossed. Now, personally, out of all three of these, I decided to move forward with Trading212. A big factor for me was the UI thing that I mentioned earlier in the video. So like I said, I prefer to keep my stocks separate from my CFDs, and also the dividends part was pretty important to me as well. Now, on that note, I'm actually planning to build a portfolio just for this channel. I'm going to show it on this channel, so if you guys are interested to see what I'm investing in, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that whenever I do post, you're going to know what I'm investing in. And with that being said, if you guys got value out of it, please make sure to click the like button. It helps support the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.